All right, thanks guys for joining. Welcome back to another podcast. This is a cool one. We got a couple of cool guests. Some of our Fresno peeps decided to join in. Some could say there's a gust of wind in the house.
Oh, I see what he did there. I
So
get
we
it.
will we'll kick it over. I'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll jump into some hot topics. But kick it to Gazer first. Go ahead and if you want to take it over.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Gazerbeam2k. I am part of the Gus to Win podcast. Myself and Steuben, we are back. We were gone for a while. Ryan knows. And we're back. We're back at it. And I see we got some competition here. We got some competition with the Net Deck podcast. I mean, that's what's up though. But no, appreciate you guys having me on. I'm not as well accomplished as a lot of you guys on this in this chat right now. So I'm just happy to be among greatness right now.
Among
You're on a
greatness.
double. You're on a double cup year, bro. So
Double
far.
cup, yeah.
I have won a cup every month so far, but I mean, I haven't won one in March yet. I haven't won one in March.
Okay.
I still haven't day two, but the other guy here, this guy, he's day two. This other guy right here.
He's the,
I definitely have. I am Mikey. I'm from Fresno. I don't know if I'm super well known outside of the Central Valley, but that's cool. Anyway, I'm just a guy who likes to play Pokemon. Okay,
Right.
So
Just a guy
thank you
who
guys for having me on. And yeah, let's get into some topics.
He said, "I'm just a guy who likes to play Pokemon." That is wild. Man has more accomplishments than half the chat right now. He says, "I just like to play Pokemon."
Bro,
You
just
know?
like my Twitter bio, I like to play Pokemon. That's it.
Yeah,
It's true, man.
likes to fly halfway across the world, play Pokemon, to leave early in day two.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
talk
Yep.
about it.
Oh yeah.
No, but speaking of, you did go to Vancouver. How was that? What it looked like? You know, what was the room? What was the atmosphere? I've never been to Vancouver as a regional. So I mean, share your thoughts. What do you think?
Okay, so Vancouver was like cool. The experience was insane. Like going to a different country to play Pokemon is so like heavy, and like when I landed, it felt like everything was different but the same because like it's very the structure of the place is very similar to us, but it's like so different. I can't really explain it, but the tournament itself was so sick because the convention center was on like this like boat kind of thing. It was on like land, right? But it was on like a harbor. So like you see the harbor like while you walk into the convention center, you see all these boats and like transport and stuff. The experience was so crazy to me. Like it was definitely different than every other regional that I've been to. And I've been to like 6 or 7 this season. So like definitely speaks volumes based on the other places that I've been to. But like anyway, the room.
Well, hold on. So you're telling me you were playing on the SSN from the games? Is that the Vancouver
Oh yeah.
feel,
Oh
bro?
yeah. Oh yeah. Bro, it was crazy. It was for sure crazy. But
That's awesome.
the tournament was sick. My run was all right. It was I'd say it's all right. I made day 2, but day 2 was not great. It's very bad, but that's okay. Um, Definitely a lot of similarities to the EUIC meta share. Some decks did pop out in day 2, had better conversion rate. Like Lost Box came out of nowhere. Like day one player base was like less than 4%, and then it converted in day 2 to be the top 5 deck in day 2.
It was like
Which
10%, right? Like 9%.
Yeah, it was very very high conversion rate in day 2.
Cloth
I think it was
too,
like
right?
9 or 10%.
Cloth
Yeah,
Tropics.
yeah. Cloth day 1 was like 7%, and in day 2 it converted to like 13. And I thought that was so crazy because like everyone knew that people were going to be on Cloth, so people played to tech against it. Like a lot of people played, like 20% of the room day 1 was Dragapult, but I've seen a lot of the lists, they tech against the deck, they just play Klefki. So like
Right.
they just sit there with Klefki and don't do anything.
Right.
But like Cloth just like converting at that rate was so crazy to me. I thought it was insane.
Yeah. So you were on the Dingo, right?
Well, we were on the Dingus.
You're on the Dingus. So I mean, obviously favored into Dragapult.
Yeah.
I feel like for the most part. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but seems favored into Dragapult because you can take that. You can give up the early prize and go on an odd prize trade. You still swing for enough as long as you don't overextend, right? But I I mean, what does that look like throughout the tourney? I mean, did you hit a lot of Dragapult? What did your what did your tournament run look like?
Okay, so the craziest part about my tournament run is I hit like no favorable matchups, or like maybe one favorable matchup the entire time I was there. So like the first 3 rounds, I hit Mirror round 1, and it was like the EUIC list, and my list I played 2/2 Scizor.
Okay.
For people who don't know what Scizor does, it's 10 plus damage for 1 energy, 1 metal energy, and it does 50 more for each of your opponent's Pokemon that has an ability on it. So
Broken.
very broken. So Scizor into the EUIC list makes the matchup favorable for my list. So I beat the Scizor, then I hit Guardy, and Guardy's very bad. It's a very bad matchup for Goldango, no matter what build you play. And this dude decided that he wasn't going to play Balloon. So he didn't play Drifloon. He didn't play Charms. He
Hey,
was...
guy's cooking apparently, because that Gazer and I think had the same look.
Yes.
Like, what? Hold on.
That was my look after I asked him if he played Drifloon after the game. Because I'm sitting there.
Was he just swinging with just a Gardevoir and a prayer? Just
Yes.
Gardevoir and monkeys?
Yes, he was just swinging with Guardy.
Yeah,
and I'm
so
just...
that's the tech against Cloth, right? I mean, maybe he thought Cloth was going to be 90% of the room. I don't... Wow, it's crazy, man.
And then round 3, I hit Lost Box. Lost Box is not a good matchup either, because I do not play Cologne.
Tough.
Yeah,
Tough,
but
man.
I ended up being able to force the tie because he prized double rod in 2 of our games, so he couldn't just keep chaining gates. But anyway, I hit like 3 mirrors day 1, and then like 2 Guardies, and just like a little bit of the room. I didn't hit any Archaludon, which I thought was surprising, given that it was like 8% of the room.
Right.
I didn't hit any Dragapult except for a round that didn't matter, because I was 5-1-1 going into round 8.
Yeah.
So like that game doesn't matter regardless. But the Dragapult that I played also teched against Goldango. He plays Entei V, and I'm like, what?
Out of nowhere, an NTV.
Yeah.
What
I
in
mean,
the world?
I get the synergy because he plays Charizard with the Charizard build.
Oh,
So he
okay.
plays Charizard and Dragapult. So he
The
final
Entei
range
2
and
is
on me.
tough.
Entei was so rough because he just gets Charizard and Entei set up, and he has 4 prizes left, and I just lose because
That's
there's
crazy,
no way
man.
that I could beat that. There's no way. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
the run was definitely something. The day 2 run was not great, but
So the Dango mirrors, how'd that look for you?
oh, so easy. It was so food. So like the first guy, EUIC 60 farmed. The second guy, he was playing like Badoo. He's playing Badoo in his list with the Palkia. And I was like, wait, this is kind of hot into the mirror, because he just sits there and Badoos all
Right.
day. And I can't do anything, and I eventually deck out because I have resistance to grass. So he's never doing damage, so I can never monkey it off.
I kind of told you about Badoo, but that's fine. It's cool.
You did, buddy, but if I can't find room for Cologne, I can't find room for no Badoo. Come on. But anyway, I ended up sneaking that win because I Iono'd him game 1, like turn 2, and he draws 7 off Iono, so he got a DPL, and that really helped in my favor.
Nice.
And then
you take those.
we definitely take those. And then the last mirror I played against John Ang, a very well known player, a lot of cuts.
You mean the regional champion, John Ang?
Yes, the regional champion,
Oh,
John
my.
Ang.
So you got smoked, right?
Oh, buddy, let me tell you. So they're on the same 60 that that their testing group came with. Definitely different from the EUIC 60. So we start playing. I just fry him game 1 because he's not really getting much setup. And then game 2, I get it to where my board is just single prizers with Scizor, and he gets his board to where I'm OKOing Goldango with a Scizor. So I'm at 5 prizes left. I KO Goldango with Scizor, then he KOs my Scizor, and now he's down to like 3 prizes. I promote second Scizor, boss KO Fez, because he doesn't put another ability Pokemon down to make it to where I could KO Goldango. So I boss KO Fez, now I'm at 1 prize, and he's at 2. he KOs my only Scizor, but I put a Gimme on the bench last turn. So I promote Gimme, and I'm just, and because he Roxanne me to 2, and I'm just praying for something. Like, I got Fez on board and Pokestop. So I top deck Goldango. And I'm like, oh my god. So the hand is superior, superior energy retrieval, random card, top deck Dango. So I evolve Dango, Fez, and I hit Cypher. So I just Cypher for whatever, and then just get the cards in my hand to discard superior KO or whatever is inactive, for the win. He was definitely very salty. He did not like the Scizors, but yeah, he was a little heated when I beat him. He just got up and left, didn't say good luck or anything. Just
But
that's cool.
You calling a pro player salty?
I did.
You hear it here first.
Where's the
Oh
sports?
my
Backlash.
gosh!
Bro just brought
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you said a player was salty,
yeah. He said.
if you said a player was salty, you said John Ang though. You said
name the
Bro,
man.
No, he-
buddy.
I keep it real, bro. He definitely was salty.
Yeah. Hey, but I think we've all been there, right? Like, your opponent just has the 100% tech, or you do everything in your power, and it seems like they just got it. Like, you Iono them to 1, and the 1's the boss they need, right? Like, we've all been there. We've all stormed off saying, man, that sucks. Like, I played it to my outs, and they just had it, So.
Most definitely have done that. I've been a salty many a times.
Yeah, I think it's part of the the integrity we put in the game, and how much sweat and testing we put, and how much we care about winning. We're all pretty competitive at the end of the day. So, but yeah, that's a crazy run. You said day 2 didn't go as well. What did you end up finishing total? What was your place?
So there's 234 players in day 2. I was 233rd.
Nice. Hey, that's
Sick.
You weren't the last person on day 2, so you beat someone.
Somehow.
Yeah.
It's only
those.
because I played 3 of the opponents that I played in day 1 made day 2. So my resistance was like semi-high.
Yeah. Well, hey, it is
I'm
what
looking
it
here.
is.
I'm looking at that. The 3 bottom ones are go dango, go dango, go dango.
Yeah, it was literally just Dango.
Well, either way, congrats on the day 2. Obviously, you've had a pretty good season, I'd say, thus far. I mean, what'd you get top? What was your last regional? Was it top 256?
The last-
but
31st.
The last regional that I had placed was top 32.
yeah. So I mean, you've had a decent run this year. So, congrats again on day 2. I definitely think you guys in Fresno, you put in the work. You guys are always playing. It seems like there's always something going on up there. So, you play a lot. It shows. So.
Yeah, we need you Bakersfieldians to stop invading our area and making things hard for us, man. Come on.
We really do. I can't win
Please
a cup,
stop.
bro.
Please,
I can't
man.
win a cup. Like,
Hey,
come on.
bro, you know what? I said the same thing. Gazer comes down here and takes our cups. We had to go pay it back. You know what I mean? Like,
It's the first time in like ever, this guy just comes in and starts winning cups.
I went through the gauntlet that time, man. I went through the gauntlet that day.
Did.
Yeah.
Beat me twice, bro. Swiss and in top cut. I'm good.
Gazer out here collecting infinity stones while winning. You know what I mean? Going through the gauntlet, dude.
Well, I mean, you guys are some good players out there in Bakersfield, man. It's only like 2-hour drive, so
Yeah.
I wish you guys would just stay away. Just stop.
Well, we love Fresno,
Please.
bro. I mean, honestly, though, shops are. I mean, you guys always have cups. So it makes sense. Like, we have like 1 cup every 3 months here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a cup yesterday, if I heard correctly, and Ryan, you had a chance at it, didn't you?
Oh, dude, don't even go there, man. Yeah, I had a chance.
Or this weekend, I mean. Yeah.
I had the game in hand and overlooked it. Biggest throw of my life. If I win my finals match, my semifinals match, I win the cup, because going into finals, like, I'm just so favored. I was playing Lugia. I had 3-4 ways out and missed every single one of them. I tunnel visioned on wanting to find a boss. I attached Legacy Energy, retreated. I should have just left it. I should have attached Legacy on Lugia. Like, man, the misplays were so real. And I had to do my due diligence and apologize to Jerome, who was playing, because I let my temper get the best of me once I lost. Once I saw the line after the match, and I walked out, didn't say my congrats or anything, just bailed, and
I don't think I helped that. I think right after the match. I was like 2 seconds after
Yeah.
the match was over. I was like, bro, you had it. You
I
know?
hadn't even picked up my cards yet, and he goes, "You had it in hand.
Crazy, right?
Well, you just threw." And I'm like, "Well, now I just drop all my stuff and walk out." I'm like, "I need a minute," you know.
So you pulled a John Ang, and that's what Mikey would say, right?
Yeah,
Pulled a
yeah,
John Ang?
Oh, for sure. Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
I was salty, but I talked to Jerome after, and apologized. I was like, "Hey, look,
Galarian Gazer.
yeah, Galarian
Gazer.
Yeah. I told him nothing but love, man. I really wanted it. It was Lugia's last ride for me. It was the last time I was going to pull up to a cup. I've been playing that deck for, 3 years now. And I call it my Toxic X. That's the running joke. Anytime I start to do bad, I go back to my Toxic X,
I've been there.
But yeah, man, I had a chance. I had a chance at a cup, and I blew it. But hey, on to the next one. We'll get them next time. I just got to find a new pet deck to grind. So it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully the next one is up in Fresno, and I take a little bit of that love from you guys again.
Well, I mean, Luke is about to rotate. It's like you said, you got to find a new deck. We got rotation coming up, and we got the new set.
Yeah, you and me
like
both.
out this week.
Yeah, you and me both got to find a new deck, Gazer. What are we gonna do with ourselves?
And my deck only loses 3 cards. They're 3 very important cards, but
I mean, talking about rotation, what are you guys thinking about? Like playing?
Yeah, anyone want to divulge? What's the sauce? What's the Fresno sauce?
I don't know how great it's going to be because it hasn't done very well in Japan, but I think there's something with Hop.
Yeah, what does good in Japan that does good here?
That's true. That's very
Nothing.
True.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ogre Box, I see Ogre Box everywhere, bro. I don't know if that deck's really it.
Well, we don't have the Clefairy yet. When that Clefairy comes, it changes everything. Maybe.
No. That's what I'm saying.
We got Raikou. That's our proxy.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, we have to be able to hit Dragapult because I mean it's a Dragapult world now.
Dragapult, Schmagapult. It's okay.
Dragapult, Raging Bolt, right? That's the 2 you want to hit with
yeah.
Clefairy. I don't know. I mean, Journey Together looks cool. I do think there's some merit. I've been looking a lot at the list and Gazer. I think your deck loses the least and gains the most. I think you can go to either the Dunsparce build or the Hops double build and still be fine. You just lose that 2 turn. You don't get to cheat a turn anymore.
That extra turn is crazy, man.
It is, but I still think the deck's okay. I don't think it's.
I think the deck's okay. It changes up a lot. I think this whole meta or most of the top decks just losing. To be honest, Greninja.
Yeah. Radiant
Greninja. He might have been the most important Radiant. I thought it was Radiant Charizard. I had this debate this past weekend at a cup I was casting for with my co-caster, and we're like, who's the most important Radiant? Who's the best Radiant? And I'm starting to think it might have been Greninja.
It had to be,
so many
right?
decks to start draw 2. Just
exactly. Like it was super good in Lost Box. It was really good in Gardevoir.
Yes.
And the list goes on. You know what I mean? But you think about Charizard, it was really only good in Sablezard and then Charizard. That's your.
Well, I mean, but then my point, I said we have some decks. I'm sure you guys seen some decks on the ladder and probably some in person. Someone will just tech in a Radiant Charizard like a random Luminous Energy or random Fire Energy sometimes.
Yeah.
And just boom. That's
game.
my heavy hitter. 250. Yeah. And that's cool too. But I don't know. I just feel like Greninja's flexibility just made it so much better and just winning everything. So
not only that, but it's attack. Even in
and even the attack.
Yeah, Chimpao and even Dexten, they just made that deck so versatile, man. Being able to snipe 20, 90. Yeah, exactly, Palkia. Even Lost Box, that it's just such a good card, man.
Sarah Led just playing a random Palkia Greninja line just to be able to have that ability to do that.
There's Dangos that are playing the Greninja.
Yeah, I think I'll be the one to say within the last 5 years, it's probably the most impactful card we've gotten.
You forgot about Zacian V, haven't you?
Actually, it's probably the best designed Pokemon card ever.
Sure.
If you think about it,
trade and then 90-90.
Yeah, you literally have trade and a snipe, 90-90 snipe. That's so insane on a card, and it's a one prizer.
One prizer.
Come on, bro!
Y'all have forgotten about Zacian V. You guys are. You guys are so young.
Zacian V was a Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan.
Oh God, here we go.
He needed ADP to survive. There's no way it doesn't go well without ADP.
Buddy, there were decks that played Zacian V just to draw cards. He was like Rotom V nowadays. Zacian V, he was just so
okay. But if you're saying that though, but hold on. If you're saying he's like Rotom V, then you counter argued everything for us.
But no,
right?
Zacian V, he could support
Rotom V. It's not. I mean, it's impactful, but it's not. It's not a 5-year impact like I don't know, man. Gazer.
Zashi V
most
could
of the time I
support.
agree with
He
your
can
takes.
attack. He can charge himself up. Zashi V did everything, man.
No.
Yeah, and Mewtwo V Union was the best thing ever. Come on. Come on, Gazer. And I liked Mewtwo V Union, and I'll still be the one to say that ain't it, bro. Greninja is one of the most impactful cards, I think, in the last 5 years. It opened up the game it opened up so many decks, you know?
True. As a single card, I would say Radiant Greninja is probably the most impactful. You're talking about like archetypes, obviously like fusion.
Yeah.
Like fusion cards were just so broken, bro. I don't know why those cards were even a thing.
Yeah, I miss me so
broken.
much.
So broken.
Oh, dumb, bro. Let me draw. What was it, 7 or? Oh no, it was just like up to the amount of fusion cards on play, right?
Yeah.
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 So
5
dumb.
or 6.
Let me do that 4 times. Yeah, let me do that 4 times.
And then at the end of it, they're like, all right, I'll play path. So
Yeah,
now you
yeah,
can't
I'll
use,
play path,
now
I'll
you
play
can't use
path.
your abilities.
Yeah, and then I'll
Yeah,
back you my
bro.
path. I'll do it all again, and then I'll play another path.
Oh, dumb.
Remember when Path came out and we was like, oh, we got a counter for it. And then Forest Seal Stone came out. We're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
They'll just Forest Seal Stone because they can use another path. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They printed a card just to defeat it, bro.
They printed like 4
Drake-
cards just to
And
defeat it.
oh yeah, true. Drapion V was
Hold
just
on. Do we remember when Drapion?
Cartoon dog.
Yeah, Spiritomb. But do you remember when Drapion was put in Mew for the mirror?
Yes.
so toxic, bro.
Yes.
So toxic, man.
You're like, everyone's like, oh, this great counter, and then someone's like, yeah, I'm gonna play that in my Mew deck.
You know what? It is a great counter. Hold on a second. Let me put it with my Mew. Yeah.
Oh,
No, we're there's been some impactful cards, in the last 5 years. I still think Zacian V is one of them. Radiant Greninja, true. The whole fusion archetype. But yeah, losing Radiant Greninja is going to be a problem for a few decks.
I mean, Luminion, Rotom,
man.
like, Bugs, bro.
Lugia?
Pokestop,
Comfy.
Pokestop.
Suki, of course.
Lugia,
Ah, bro.
come on.
Super effective glasses.
Super effective glasses.
Oh man,
See,
what am I gonna do
Electrode?
without my time 3 weakness?
You know, honestly, bro, what's a sad card we're losing is Canceling Cologne. I think that card is like super good in any format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you think as the Guardy player himself? What do you think? I mean, journey together. Have you tried? Have you looked at Guardy list? Is it still? What are we doing?
I don't know, man. I've been like looking at it. It's just a different deck.
It's a different
you're not
deck.
trying aggressively. It's just like, you got to use Blender to get your energy in the discard. You don't have that extra draw power. You don't have that extra like discard power on board. It's just like,
You don't have
It's-
a ninja.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
the main. That's
And
just the main part.
Yeah, it's tough.
It just goes fast now.
Yeah,
you just blender attack.
Yeah,
That's like
Blender
basically
attack.
your only goal.
Quad candy.
Yeah. Quad candy.
Probably.
We're going back
Yeah.
to OG Guardy right now, dude. Quad candy.
I've seen lists that run the Dunsparce lines to try to just draw cards, see more cards, and then you had the blender, like you said, to get energy in this card. But it's all rare candy and like maybe a curly or two because Badoo's still a thing. I think the main thing is now that when this Lily Clefairy comes out, it gives Gardevoir a really good matchup to like Raging Bolt to Dragapult, even though it already had fair matchups into those anyway.
Right.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Guardy might lose a lot, but I mean they pick up a Clefairy and it becomes a different deck. And if you think about it, once the Shiny Arcana Gardevoir rotated, Alex, I'm sure you know, that became a different deck as well. You lost Shiny Arcana, you lost the Zacian V, the Psychic one.
Yep.
And then you're like, well, now my attackers have to halfway kill themselves to do damage now. It just changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my theory is like some stage 2s just never can be bad. Like, because they have like a really good ability. Like Gardevoir has a super good ability. It can always be like decent in some type of format.
Yep.
I argue with Mikey about this today. I feel like Charizard, may not be the best meta call, but it's never going to be like a bad deck or a bad card just because that ability and that attack is too good. Some cards are just too good.
I had this conversation at the Cup with a newer player who just missed Top Cut, and he was playing. What was he playing? He was playing Dragapult, but he said, "Oh yeah, I only have this deck and Charizard." And I was like, "Well, that's two good decks. One for sure will get you started next format. The other one, always keep in your back pocket because you never know when a fire Pokemon is going to come out that just opens that deck back up." Right. It's one of those that it'll be in the binder for a while, but it's one of the look at Lugia, right? Lugia had his peak, it died, and then it came back towards the end of the format.
Or Maridon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or even
Maridon was the
right?
same way.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
always keep those cards in the back of your pocket because there's something out there that's going to come out and it might just sync really well with it, you know?
Well, I mean, Charizard is just like in itself is just a crazy card. Like just
That
staring
is.
at it, like it accelerates to not only yourself but to your board, and
Anywhere.
then it starts out 180 damage for 2 energy, and it just accelerates throughout the whole game. Like and it has a damage cap of 330, so it's like infinite. You know, like you're never, I don't know. Charizard's broken.
Even when you think about it, 180 for 2 is not terrible. It's not great, but if it was just 180 for 2, man, I got this big guy that accelerates himself 180 for 2. I'm a 2-shot anything that comes my way. But then it ramps up as the game goes on. Charizard is crazily designed. You're right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just saying like the whole Guardy thing. Like Guardy's always has been good since it came out because of its crazy ability, and like it's not a terrible attacker either. Like even if you get into a short spot where you have to attack with Guardy, you will. And there's just a million attackers. Like Psychic's always been good in the Pokemon TCG, and I feel like when Clefairy comes out, it gets even better. It doesn't lose the Dragapult anymore, and then Raging Bolt becomes almost like a farm, bro. You're just farming Raging Bolt for sure.
Yeah, you know, the game designers do love their purple cards for sure. What I was gonna say is any card that allows you to cheat the core mechanics of the game, right?
That's my motto too.
More, accelerate more, or take more turns, or more prizes. Like those 4 things, they're keys to making cards really good, right? So like any card that does that, keep in the binder for a while because you just never know. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So
any card that lets you break the rules or bend the rules, you know,
for sure.
It's gonna see some type of play.
Yeah.
Lugia let you get 2 Stage 2s out for no apparent reason. Just you're breaking the rules.
And then they let you accelerate all the energy, you know?
So, now you accelerate energy. Instead of once per turn, now I'm putting on 5 energy per turn.
Yeah.
Okay? Iron Hands can take an extra prize when it shouldn't. It's a rule breaker. Dialga just had a problem with energy cost, but once it figured that out,
it takes a whole turn.
Yeah, it takes a whole turn.
Yeah.
You're breaking a rule. Anytime you can break a rule.
Yeah, you look at the Matang Dialga, right? That Andrew Hedrick played, right? I mean, you accelerate energy, took an extra turn. It did really well in its format, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those are anytime that stuff comes up, I always say just keep an eye on it, right? But, well, with that being said, though, Mikey, what do you think about Goldango for next format?
Okay, so Goldango loses maybe like 2 cards max.
Pokestop and Ninja?
Yeah, that's about it. So I think Goldango's still a strong deck going into post-rotation. Especially like with all these trainer Pokemon cards coming out because all of them have abilities.
Right.
So I think like the Scizor list becomes the most optimal list post-rotation because it's a 1 prizer, does more damage for more of your opponent's Pokemon with abilities on board. Definitely becomes a better deck than I would say it is right now. Definitely becomes a better deck into most of the format because you a lot of your bad matchups rotate, like Lost Box rotates. Guardy doesn't rotate, but like the core mechanic of the deck rotates, so it makes it harder for Guardy to set up and gives you more time to start taking early knockouts.
Right.
So like definitely things like that makes the deck more feasible to play. It makes it more desirable to play because just a lot of these decks are just getting farmed with their own abilities.
Yeah. And it still has a good Dragapult matchup, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think the wall matchup, the wall deck that we keep seeing, the Feraligatr or the just the Milotic, whatever the giraffe is, Farigiraf, like those wall decks just kind of fold to Goldango, right? Like
they do.
Well, I mean, they played the cornerstone, though, right?
They fold.
So that's where your Scizor has to come in handy.
Yeah, Scizor swings into that.
Yeah, but then if they just go straight cornerstone, get it charged up, it's knocking out Scizor for 140. So that could be kind of dicey to get a cornerstone going. So you got to take that out early, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I think it's like one of the better decks into that stalwart style deck, right? I definitely think there's some merit there. I don't know. Giovanni and I have also talked about, do we ever see Future Box coming back? You've got the Baby Maridon, you've got the damage amplifier, you can swing through the wall, you can use hands on the Feraligatr, right?
I just think I think that deck still has an issue with setting up. I think it sucks that you still have to attack with the Maridon.
Yeah.
I think that's just it's tough for the deck because you have to swing with Miraidon, so you're not like Badoo locking them, so then they can just do everything they need to do and then still get around your Miraidon. If they took an early knockout, they're counter catching, taking a 3 or 4 prize turn, like Dragapult for instance.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I noticed that like I'll be playing around with that deck, like just like for fun, you know, after like we play our matches and stuff. I just pull it out because I have it built, and I like do well with it, right? And I'm like, it like tricks me. I'm like, oh, this deck could be good, you know. But then like if I played it like
Boss box, bro, for me.
crazy,
bro.
But I feel like if it sets up, it does pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, it hits the numbers, right? I mean, not like crazy numbers, but like taking 3 prizes on 220 Pokemon is kind of crazy.
Hey, Mikey, I have a question
Like
for you, man.
3.
How free do you think the Dragapult matchup is with Dingo? Like, I mean, not free, but like favored.
So the Dusknoir build makes it a little bit less favored than like the slower Badoo build. Reason being is because I've noticed in my lengthy testing against Dragapult is when they want to Badoo you for about 2 to 3 turns, but in that instance where they're Badooing you, you never evolve to Goldango. Reason being is because he can't take damage, so you can't monkey the damage off, right? Yeah. So the reason or the way that the deck is built for them is to like slow your opponent down so you have time to see more cards, set up your board, get energy everywhere, and that usually makes them take 2 to 3 turns to Badoo lock you, which is completely fine for the Goldango player. Reason being, you just want damage on your active, and then once they get to the point where they put 3 on you, you just start farming. You put down Monkey,
like a 3 prize turn.
Yeah, you move the damage onto the Badoo, KO whatever's active. Now their problem is catching up with Monkey Dory because they have no other kind of like damage accelerator output because they're always doing 200 and they're putting 60 on your Goldango on bench, and then you just Monkey Dory damage off, and they can never take a 4 prize turn.
So I have a question. So I've been playing Dingo for like about 2 weeks now, and I've felt like my Dragapult matchup was like super good until they dropped like the 260, and then it's just easy. They just boss the like the bench Dingo promote KO. I want to ask your opinion on it because you've been playing Dingo for a while. I put Picnic Basket in my Dingo list, and I think it's so goated, bro. Okay, so I think it's really good, and it's not only good for Dragapult, but it's really good into Gardevoir as well.
Monkey.
Yeah, Monkey's cool, right? You're moving 30. Yeah, but like the Monkey's also so gimmicky because you also have to use an energy. Like, what if I don't have that play? You know what I mean?
You have Energy Search Pro. How do you not have that play?
because you have to manual to your Dingo.
Yeah, so like sometimes in this Dragapult matchup, but they'll think they're like super smart and do this play where they're like counter catcher your Goldango on the bench that has no energy, and I'll do 200 to that one and 60 to the one you have energy on. So now you can't monkey, right? Well, the great thing is there's this card called Professor Turo Scenario. So like you just Turo the active, and then now you have room to monkey the damage off of the 60, the one that they put 60 on. So now they can't ever take a 4 prize turn, even in that instance. And like Picnic Basket, bro, like I'm sorry, that's kind of foo-foo. Yeah, that's like I don't know if y'all remember when Lost Box was in its heyday when they were playing Dragonite V, and it did 20 to your bench. That's like playing a freshwater set for that. Right, that's a little much. I don't think it's needed. Definitely feels like it's such a niche card.
Mikey, I need you to know that half of my team apparently likes fucking strolls in the park because everyone wants to put Picnic Basket in everything. They were talking about putting it in Raging Bolt. They were talking about putting it in Dango.
Oh, it's so
I can't lie. Bro. I've seen it in a couple things. When I was in Vegas this weekend, one of the guys in the cup was playing Goldango, and he had Picnic Basket in his.
Yep.
So yeah, he's playing in Goldango.
It just messes up the math for Dragapult like terrible. Like they can't take those 4 prize turns like they want to. Like as easy as it should come for them. You just drop Picnic Basket, and you're never like it doesn't really affect their board state because you're never really like moving damage to their board state where it's going to get healed up, right? You're just always swinging for 2 prizes. So if you clean up that damage, they're not taking a 4 prize turn. Kind of takes you out of that sketchy little area where they can.
I don't know, Nikki. From here forward,
Alex
I'm
was
gonna
nodding his head,
cosplay
though.
Arvin, bro.
That's
For as
most
much as you
definitely
like
sketch,
sandwiches.
bro.
Holy, no, dude. This is crazy talk.
That's
Mikey, I
definitely
need a voice
sketch.
of reason. When these people start doing this, I'm just gonna add you into our Discord and be like, all right, I need backup, dude, because I can only
I don't think
deter
it's-
this for
I don't
so
think it's
long.
bad.
It's not terrible, man. It's
I don't think
really
it's
not
bad.
terrible.
All right, well, in that case, Gazer's gonna come too, so we can fully argue in our Discord.
It's not terrible, bro.
No, I don't know, man. That's
I think it makes sense in theory, though, right? Like,
Yeah, for Dragon
it's
Ball.
just I tried to put it in my list, in my bolt list, and it was just like I can never get it out. So I was just like, it was like a waste of space. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but like for Goldingo, it's easy, right? Because you have like a quick search ×2 every turn with Cypher Maniacs. You can always find that card you need. Plus, you have Pokestop. You're seeing like an additional 7 items.
yeah.
There's no way I'm playing Picnic Basket. There's no way that's the
Bro, just test it, man. Just give it a shot, bro. I
Monkey,
swear.
Monkey is way more versatile. There's no way that
No,
I'm.
He's,
Okay.
he's not saying it's not.
It's not.
He's
I'm
saying in
still running
addition to
Monkey.
Monkey.
Yeah, I'm still running Monkey for sure.
You're running
Like,
Monkey and Picnic Basket.
No,
How do you have
100%.
room? How do you have room?
I'll send you my list, bro. Okay, but swear on everything I love. Okay, bro. Okay, over the weekend, I beat 2 Dragapults running Toad Scroll with Goldingo.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
How,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
exactly. And the second game was only because of fucking Basket. That's the only reason why I won.
That's why he's a believer, bro. Right there. It's the copium.
With Toad School?
Dude, both of them, both Dragapult players that I've never seen before, both run Toad Scroll,
It's
and I was like,
slimy
okay,
mold, brother. It does
they're
well.
scared
I'm
of
telling you.
Dingo, bro.
Slimy mold. Yeah.
I mean, playing Archaladon, I've thought about experimenting with Toad Scroll too. Because Archaladon's worst matchups anything that can ramp up damage. So,
Yeah.
Goldingo, Raging Bolt's kind of tough. It can be tough. I don't know if a Chin Pal pops up and can pop off real quick. I don't know, but yeah, ramping up damage is crazy. So I thought about putting that Toad Scroll in there.
Does Crow Scroll stop Gardevoir too?
It stops. No, it doesn't stop the ability.
No, it doesn't go to hand.
It goes to
Different.
hand, yeah.
It only goes to hand.
If anything,
Oh
I-
yeah, not in the play. You're right.
There is a
Yeah.
couple lists in city leagues that have the Toad Scroll that I've seen with Archaladon.
Yeah, and I thought about those, but I have a buddy of mine who missed day 2 by a game. He lost his winning in. He was playing Archaladon, but he was playing it with Cornerstone.
Ooh, that's spicy too.
Yeah, so I think Cornerstone's going to pop up in a couple things as well because it fixes some of the bad matchups for decks like Archaladon and
Yeah.
things like
Yeah,
that.
because I feel like Archaladon, the only reason you lose is because you need one more turn, right? You need to slow them down for one more turn, and I feel like the Cornerstone can give you that. It's just that
I mean,
buff.
Cornerstone could wall something like a Godenko deck. You
Right.
slap Cornerstone down and
Scizor coming in hot, boy.
Yeah.
Come on. Scizor coming in hot.
Yeah, Scizor, that is something to worry about, but
You better
And-
slice and dice that mask up, boy.
yeah, and that's why I do think that Goldango is like really, really good going into next format. So we'll see how it all shakes out. I'm kind of slightly disappointed because I thought owners Pokemon were going to be so much better than they are, and maybe we just haven't cracked the code yet. But like, I don't know. I feel like it just barely buffs the decks we already have, right?
Yeah. I mean, if
Instead of
Gardevoir's
making
good,
it
I mean, if Gardevoir's good, that means Zoroark's good, right?
Yeah, that weakness type. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just a fan of Hop because I was a huge fan of Buzzwole Lycanroc. Like that's just like my favorite deck I think of all time, and it has like the same mechanic. So I think I'll probably stick to that for a little bit. And
yeah,
how
it's
good it is.
basically back. I just think Hop has too much going for it to not be good. They just haven't broken the list over there in Japan. So I guess it's up to one of us to do it. Someone over here in the States. I mean,
And Villain
you
Arc,
have-
John
you can-
Ang, John Ang against Mikey. Villain Arc right there,
Ooh.
bro. He's gonna break
Ooh,
the
hey,
list.
hey, don't. All right, I gotta make this clear. John Ang, if you're listening or anyone affiliated with John Ang, I have no beef with him. I think he's
Okay.
cool.
No,
I think
yeah.
he's sick as hell. But I'm just saying your boy got a little salty. That's all I was saying.
No,
That's all I was
I'm
saying.
totally- it's all
That's
love.
all I was
We-
saying.
We
That's-
literally, we're just joking. It's all like
Wow.
you know?
we're definitely tagging John Ang in this one.
yeah. The at is real, bro. No, but for real, like 100% just kidding. But no, I definitely think that like Hop has some merit, and I'm glad that Nikki. I'm glad you said that it was because of a prior deck. Because if you said you liked Hop as a character in the game, I was gonna stop being your friend.
I thought he was going with that too. I was going to be like, that's weird, but okay.
Yeah,
But then he said, yeah.
I just like ripped bug Pokemon, and I want to be able to take that back.
No, I think just the fact that you can add 90 more damage
Yeah.
to an
I
attack.
Mean, like the Cram, right? A single prize attacker that could attack for free, hitting for 220. Is it like max damage 220 or 190?
Yeah, 190, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it has to be like it's
Isn't it
kind of gimmicky.
Is it?
It swings what? It swings 120
It would be
plus
it would be
90,
210, right?
Yeah,
210.
so 210 for free technically, right? With the
Yeah.
With the band.
The
band?
on it or whatever it is. Yeah.
but it has to be like what? It can't be 3 or 4 prizes. I mean that's
If your
kind of
opponent has 3 or 4 prizes.
Yeah, it's a game
Yeah.
closer. I mean, yeah. So excuse my bad math. That's why I play Pokemon, to learn to read and do math. You know, but no, I don't know, man. I just wish they were better. Like, maybe that's the inner reminiscence of me missing like Mew V Max, right? Because that came out and it was like shell shocking, right? Like, changed everything.
Well, I really thought they were gonna do more, like with the cards. Like after seeing like more of the releases, it feels like they're just kind of giving them this archetype, and that's it. Like they're not gonna release any more cards for those certain archetypes. So you're kind of stuck with those. Like stuck with like the only good attacker is Darmanitan. Like Reshiram's like kind of mid, and like Hop. I mean, it's pretty good. Lily's mid, and what's the other one?
If you're
I don't
a
know.
Misty fan, you just
I don't
didn't
know.
get anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not terrible
Hey, you
either.
got Gyarados, right? Misty Gyarados?
Is that good though? Is it really?
It
good?
might
Nah.
be good.
No.
It might.
No.
I don't know if y'all remember Gyarados from like Ancient
Diamond and Pearl?
Origins.
Oh.
No, Ancient Origins. The Gyarados did like 30 for each damage counter on your bench Magikarp,
Yeah.
and like that was okay. It wasn't like terrible. So like, and this Gyarados kind of has like sort of the same kind of function, like kind of, sort of maybe, but like
Yeah.
I don't see it as being bad, but like no bench barrier in the format's kind of troll.
Well,
Yeah, with wait.
I mean this. Yeah, wait until Shaman comes out.
Yeah. Shaman.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I'll
excited
wait till
for.
it comes out.
That's the set I'm excited for. I mean, this Journey of the End is gonna be like a stopgap for me. I'm more excited about rival or Destined Rivals.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for.
I'm telling you guys right now, I'm probably not going to open any of it, but the alt art Mewtwo that they haven't released yet, yeah, I'm going broke. I don't even care if it's good, bro. It's getting bought.
We know it's gonna be there's gonna be an altar like Team Rocket's Mewtwo. We already know that.
Yeah.
It has to be.
like, just take my money. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for that set to go, man. It already sounds good.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think that'll help. But speaking of, did any of you guys see the pre-release promos though for Journey?
Pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it finally got released, and it's all trainers Pokemon.
Yep.
And I'm
should
just kind
be.
of sad we're not getting the double. Getting a double would have been kind of cool.
The
But
double would have been cool, but that Snorlax art is pretty
Yeah.
cool, dude. Like,
Okay, so I'm pretty out of the loop. Can y'all tell me what the
oh, buddy,
Oh.
you didn't do your research before this?
Bro, I was in Canada sipping on Tim Hortons. Like I don't know what's going on.
See if I can pull up a picture.
yeah, so maybe you can. I don't know if I do it, it's gonna pull it up over my.
I'll find it and
It's
I'll
gonna
throw it
open
up in the stream.
before. I don't know what's on the screen. You know.
Is there something that we shouldn't see, or
No, yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
The leak.
Do you have a
sauce.
tab
the
open
sauce,
that-
the sauce,
The
bro. I
Oh.
can't-
sauce, yeah.
The sauce.
Okay, so it's a deck. It's a deck. Okay.
The
Yeah.
picnic basket sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a deck. I thought you had some other tabs open.
Picnic basket, dude. That's what it is. All right.
Quad picnic basket.
But no,
Art.
they are really cool, Mike. You have to look at the artwork. Some of them are, pretty well put together. I think if you play pre-release and you get the Lilies promo, just go home. Just scoop it up. Go next.
Oh,
It just seems bad in a pre-release. Like, it just seems terrible.
Lili's Rabambi, you're helping your opponent actively. Oh, thank you. I wanted that down there.
Yeah, like you just put
Now
down.
I can evolve it next
Pokemon.
turn. Thank you.
Yeah.
There has to be some merit to that card though. Like it's probably like someone's gonna come out with like some type of control list that like runs that
Well,
dumb
yeah, in
card.
standard, but in this pre-release format,
Oh yeah,
Pretty
GG.
bad.
Wrap it up.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's what I
This
say. You
card
pull
is
that's gonna be what I pull in
standard.
pre-release, dude. It's gonna be that, and I'm just gonna.
I'd cry.
Yeah.
Imagine you pull the Snorlax deck, and then you I don't know if there's gonna be like a Cramorant in there, but imagine there is.
Yeah.
No.
Or imagine you just open a Cramorant from your packs naturally. Oh my god.
Just imagine two Cramorant in that Snorlax pack, dude. Just give that person the win. Like, don't even play the game, you know. But I am
Yeah.
excited. Do you guys have I mean, I know you guys have a bunch of stops. Are you guys going to a bunch of pre-releases? What's your guys' schedule look like for that?
I'm hitting a midnight pre-release this weekend, and probably a couple more. And we do pre-releases all week, which is kind of it's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing, because I mean, if you miss a pre-release, you get a chance to go. But also, if you want to test for a region, or if you just want to play some standard cards, you don't have the opportunity to do that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit a few of them and try to collect some cards that way.
Yeah, here you go, Mikey. Now you can see them.
All right.
Ignore the free ads. Like we're
Whoa.
Okay, so yeah. So Darmanitan,
Yeah.
Fire.
Like this is pretty
Kill
cool.
a
Artwork's
Watro.
pretty cool, but I think this deck
Watro's
with
pretty
Raging
good.
Bolt's gonna be fun. But look
Snorlax
at
is
Hold on.
so
Kilowattrel
tough.
looks kind of nuts. Wait, can we go back to Kilowattrel?
Yeah, for sure.
You have to discard a lightning energy from it to draw up to 6 cards.
Oh, that's kind of
yeah, but
Loaded.
the stadium, you get the lightning energy back, and then you use the belly bolt to attach it. Like the deck
Yes,
runs.
you have your-
Dude,
Yeah, you
this
have
is
your draw
kinda
engine, you have your
fun.
This is
attack.
me good.
Then the cool looking
Yeah, the
Snorlax.
lax.
That
Yeah,
Snorlax is,
sick. I love that.
He's in the stadium, just
Yeah, it reminds me of the Nintendo 64 game. I forget the name of it now. But the
Pokemon
Stadium.
yeah,
Stadium.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Pretty sick.
that's what it reminds me
Man.
of. And then this, you
Yeah,
just go
so-
home, dude. Look
So
at this.
the Rabombi in standard sounds insanely good, but like
Yeah.
in pre-release format, this
I'm talking about
sounds
in
like
pre-release, though.
such food. Oh
Nah.
my
yeah,
gosh.
like
Bad.
that's troll, dude. That's
let me help my opponent so they can evolve their Pokemon next turn. There you go, buddy. I got you.
yeah. It just seems like it just seems so bad in pre-release.
Now, in standard though, it might see some playing like a control deck, like you said. We had the or some type of deck where like real quick, I hate to bring it back up. Remember ADPZ?
Mhm.
And they played the Mawile GX. That when you bench it, same thing, same ability.
Yeah.
So maybe there's like a deck that can use that Rabombi like that as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you just give me Echo and Horn back at this point. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
Ooh.
It'd be spicy. Like just let my inner control player come out. You know?
That's gross. Horn is gross.
Yo, Giovanni, what do you think about playing next format?
I'm not sure. I really like the belly bolt, like the Iono stuff. With
In
Bolt.
Raging Bull?
That would be kind of in Raging Bull. I feel like it'd be kind of crazy. I kind of seen the build, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nutty.
I was in a couple builds with it.
Yeah, it's really cool. 'Cause
Not
you
even
just,
sure.
Accelerate, discard, get it back,
Right.
accelerate, discard. Like it's, I think it'll be good. You just gotta worry about the Clefairy. That's your only. You have to start the 2-price trade because you're gonna be.
Right.
They're gonna one hit KO you, right?
Which is normal, right? Like
But
in that deck.
again, like I told you the other day, I think you run the the Voltorb. Iono's
Oh, right.
Voltorb,
Yeah, what does that do?
It does 20. I think it does 20 damage for every energy attached to your Pokemon. Or no,
To your
to
Iono's
itself.
Pokemon. No, it's to your Iono's Pokemon.
Ion's Pokemon. Okay.
So you
Pretty good.
just-
One
you
prize
ramp
attacker.
with Belly Bolt, and then you one prize attack. You just it trades. It changes the price trade. So
Mhm.
That's so much energy you have to get onto it though,
no.
because it's only 20 per. So you have to get what 12 energy on that thing.
Yeah. Well, no. Onto your Ionos in general. Yeah. Unless
Yeah, but you have
hit,
to get
that
12.
Squawk or
Oh.
something, right? Like I don't know. I think you play the 1-up just to try to trade. Change up the price trade. So, but I don't know. So, Gaze, are you doing any dark side pre-release? Anything like
I never
that?
go out for pre-releases. I was out there this weekend for a cup and I casted it. My stepdaughter actually got top 8. She went in as the #1 seed, and then she was playing Guardian. She hit poked.
Oh.
And that matchup can be tough, but I feel if you play it right, it can go a couple ways. But I don't think she shuffled her deck after deck check because she probably 2 Guardian her first game.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So I don't think she shuffled correctly. So after that, she scooped it up. And then the second game, she just bricked, she said. And the guy was like, yeah, she bricked hard. So she went into the top seed, got knocked out, but she did well. We had her on the stream for a second, and she made some good plays. And she's been on Guardian since it came out. So
Right.
well, not since it came out,
Congrats.
but she's been on Guardian since Mew rotated. She played Mew rotated, and she hopped on Guardian, been on ever since. So she knows her deck pretty well.
Yeah,
But,
I remember.
no, I don't-
remember playing against her. It was the first time.
Oh, you played her before?
Yeah, it was the first time I met you in person. Remember, I showed up to a random weekly in Fresno. It was like
Yes.
a Wednesday night. I was out there for work, and I was playing Guardian. It was the Guardian mirror, and I was like, so casual. Like I'm like one of the most casual people when it comes to weeklies. She's like making plays. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, take that back. This is how you should play this, because she was.
That
just
must have been
learning
right
to-
after rotation.
Yeah,
she must have,
Yeah, it was like right.
That must have been
after.
right after rotation. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was just learning it because
Yeah.
she was like you said, she was on like you. She was on Mew. That was like her thing. She was And then Mew left, and I was like, well, let's find you a deck. We tried a couple things. Well, we'll try Gardevoir. Gardevoir's pretty good.
Yeah.
And she tried it, and then she eventually got the hang of it, and she was actually smacking people around at cups with it.
Yeah.
There was a cup she went to where she beat a couple guys from Bakersfield. I don't know if it was you guys, but she beat a couple guys from Bakersfield, and oh no, it wasn't you guys. It was the other guys, the red guys.
RV, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, she beat a couple of them, and she's gotten pretty good with it. Yeah. But no, I usually don't go out the dark side for pre-releases or anything like that. I need to start doing that, but I usually go out there for their cups. I've been out there for a couple league nights, but it's mainly just a cup. So I'm out there every 3 months or so.
Nice. What about Mikey? What about you? Bird Dog doing anything? What's it look like?
For pre-release, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if anyone in here besides Gazer knows this. I'm a huge advocate for not going to pre-release. I think pre-release is so, like, as a competitive player, I think it's not worth, just because I think it's like you probably like 85 to 90% neg on whatever you buy. I'm also like a huge proponent of not buying product. I think product is like super neg.
I feel like pre-releases are more for like people who like pre-releases. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And if you're there just because you think the card, like getting the cards early is cool, or like that's cool. That's all y'all. That's cool. But for me, I will probably go to like one pre-release just so I could get like my 3 playable cards that I need for a deck, and like I'm not gonna go to these anymore.
For sure.
Your 3 playable cards, Mikey.
It definitely makes more sense. I mean, like the $40 entry, you can probably take that $40 and just buy every card you want.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah, wait a week and buy it all. Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I go for the vibes, man. I think they're neat.
Yeah.
I have fun, and then
I like the format.
I'm with you. I like the format too. I like to build decks, and I feel like I'm a decent deck builder. And when we're all working off the same playing field, you get to see who can kind of build, better. So you can ask Mikey. Mikey, I'm pretty good at pre-releases.
He's so good. This dude goes 3-0 at every pre-release he goes to. And it's like so mind-blowing to me because this dude gets farmed at like cups and like regionals. but then when he goes to a foo-foo format where like the room is like one of 4 decks, he just like farms. And I'm like, how? We had like 15 minutes to build this dumb deck that some take auto losses to some other decks in this room, and it's just like, how do you keep going 3-0? It's so mind-blowing to me how this guy just farms.
It's the plot armor, man. It's the plot armor.
Plot armor.
No, I actually like the format because it brings me back to, I'm gonna sound old here, but it brings me back to like base set Pokemon, right? Like slow format, attach, pass, laugh, and just hang out, And
Pokemon at its purest, just I'm gonna attach your turn. There's no, lost box. I'm gonna put 7 in the lost zone and hit you for 110 turn 1. There's no, just boom, boom, boom. Draw 17 cards. Go dangle, go boom. Yeah. It's just attach, pass, attach, pass. I got a supporter this time.
Yeah.
I'll play the supporter. Okay, attach, pass.
Unless you play in the Twilight Masquerade pre-release format and you pull Cornerstone out of your pre-release packs and you just play the game like that.
I will say, what set did Terapagos come out of? Stellar Crown, right?
Stellar Crown, yeah.
Stellar Crown pre-release, I pulled the Crystal and the Terapagos and the Stadium. And I was just like, I'm God. Like, I am him. You know what I mean? Like, no one's beating me today. Like, bro.
I think
what was your score?
3-0.
Yeah, how'd you finish? 3-0. Okay.
Yeah. Because there's
one time we did
right? Like you crystal, you attach one.
You just unify beatdown.
Yeah,
unify beatdown.
And then,
unify
beatdown. The next turn you attach the other energy
color,
and you swing. And most of the format's basics. So like you swing and like if they don't have a
just
basic,
opal.
You just
opal. Yeah.
You just crown opal. It was bad. It was so toxic.
But, yeah, I think it was in LA or. I think it was Sacramento actually. I went to the pre-release event after like next day, day 2.
Yeah.
And I pulled the Legacy Energy and the Cornerstone out of my pre-release kit and just walked everybody. I went 5-0. I won like 250 like event tickets or wherever they were.
Nikki, who'd I get paired against? I was top seed in this because him and
it was you and me. You were there with me, no?
Yeah, no, and I wasn't. You and I didn't get paired. It was me, you, and Priscilla, right? So we were playing inside events. We didn't get paired. I got paired against a pro player that didn't make day 2. The sweatiest pre-release I've ever played in my life. This man, I was like, hey, do you just want an ID? So we split the tickets, right? We're both top seed, and he goes, Nah, I want the extra 50 tickets. Dude, I can't even remember who it was, but I literally was like, I just played the sweatiest pre-release game of my life. You know? Like crazy, man.
I've been in before too, because sometimes some depending on the store and the shop, some give you like just the 3 packs extra, some give you 5 if you go undefeated. We've had some give you a whole almost a booster box. We had some give you like almost a case of the kits. So like I've seen people get sweaty before. One time I ID'd with a junior because we both were undefeated. We both were 3-0, and we're going to the last round. Like, hey, you want to just ID? And we split all the packs. And he was like unsure, and his dad was like, if you lose, you get like 12 packs. If you win, you get 30 or whatever it is. So, but if you ID right now, you both get like 22. And he was like, okay. And I didn't converse him. I didn't like, shake him like, listen here, kid, or anything like that. But
Yeah, I was about to say there was no cameras around. Gazer pulled him outside.
Listen
Yeah.
here.
Gave him
I
a
need these
unified
packs.
beatdown. No, dude. I don't know. I feel like pre-release is definitely a nice change of pace, right?
Yeah, it's about the vibes and the friends you make along the way.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I could say I always go back to that. I mean, and that's how this team started of ours, right? It's like a bunch of us just buddies who want to show up and play Pokemon and want to play a lot of it, and it's always nice the people you meet along the way and the friends you gain. I mean, it's crazy that this silly card game we play brings us all together,
For sure.
So
I mean, I've been places I wouldn't have gone before if it wasn't for this silly card game. Mikey, I know you feel the same way.
Oh yeah.
You guys
If it
have been
wasn't for
to
this card
Atlanta
game,
for Pokemon?
I wouldn't know you guys. So
yeah,
yeah.
me too. I went to this place called Fresno for a regional once.
Crazy.
Never, bro.
Crazy.
Never again.
It was okay. It
No, it
wasn't.
was not.
It
No,
was
it was not.
okay.
No, it was not.
They wouldn't let me bring in a sealed water bottle.
Okay, that part sucked, but everything else was okay. There's no controversy. Nothing crazy happened. No one got
The
offended.
event started
There
late
was-
because they were bag checking everyone, making them empty their bags.
They made me throw. Okay, so I bought a fresh family pack of mini Hostess donuts
Yeah.
so I could snack because this is my first regional. I just joined the card game again, and I'm like, I need to prepare for this. And then they made me throw it away because I just can't take in a sealed bag of snacks.
You almost cried,
apparently-
didn't you?
I a little
Hey,
bit. did.
Mike, you want to know the trick? So I found this out going in after, because I went and checked in on Friday. So you get the bigger deck boxes, lay your cards on their side, you put Slim Jims underneath them, and then fold it shut. I did it, dude. I was like, I'm bringing food into this event. Like, I don't care. So I have like 12 Slim Jims stuffed in a deck box, dude, with
That's
just
so
random
real.
cards over the top of it. And they didn't open the deck box. They just it's just
I
cards.
did that
I'm
for
like, "Yeah."
Sacramento, and they didn't even check me.
Yeah.
I just got away with it.
I had
It was
friends
like,
have like the solid color playmat tubes, and they just stuff food in it, and then just close it. And they're not gonna check
Put
the
the tube around
playmat
it?
tubes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
No, there's no
crazy.
playmat in it. Just
Put the
stuff
mat
it with
around it.
food.
Oh no, play mat.
No playmat.
No
Just
playmat, man.
solid food. man.
Just food.
You see,
Yeah.
I
Can't
even
what we
find
have
this
to do
regional,
when
bro.
we have
Honey
events
bun?
in Fresno. Come on.
That was definitely the worst part about it. But everything else, I feel like went fine. And and to make up for it, one of our locals, Octavio, and myself, we helped get pizza to give out during round 3 or after round 4.
I don't know where.
So I
was
guess you
at
guys
for
missed the
that.
pizza, huh?
Yeah,
That's
I
what
missed the
happened.
pizza. Yeah, unfortunate. No, what's also really cool, and I will say, I do love Fresno's scene for this. Is like we have the regional there. The night before, there is 12 shops or more open, just letting people test. You know, like we were at the bullpen for I think we left there at 10 p.m. Like
Jeez.
the guy was just like, stay as long as you want, I don't care. And he's just sitting behind the counter reading a book or something, We're just like grinding out games. And he just did not care. And like that is the cool thing to see. You guys have so many shops that they
There are a
just
lot of
kinda,
shops.
yeah, they just kind of open it up and say, hey, the player base is here, let's let them play.
And of course, Lugia won Fresno.
Yeah.
When
Of
course it
broken.
did.
When
It was
broken.
Reagan Redsloff too.
Reagan,
What a
yeah.
go!
Big Regs. When it was
Goated with that
broken.
deck.
Well, I mean, Mikey and I, we've talked about this before. The LA's regional, dude, Lugia was the solid play for that event.
Oh, for sure. I knew Lugia was definitely the play. Just because. So, this is how I decided to pick Lugia for LA. The regional before LA was like an out of country regional, like only like 300 masters total went, but Azul one was stall.
Yep.
So I'm like, dude,
Jet
it's
energy.
Azul. Yeah, I'm like, it's Azul. He won with block lax. Like,
Yep.
there's no way that block lax doesn't have a good showing here. So I'm like, I have to play Lugia. Lugia's the best, the best deck to play against stall. And I hit like 3 day 1. Like,
dude, round 2, my round 2 opponent was a block lax player from Fresno. He lived in Fresno, right? I forget the guy's name. He flips over block lax. I flip over a Lugia, and he goes, "You play Jet Energy, right?" And I said, "We'll find that out." And he goes, "You play 4. You can have this. I'm gonna go eat lunch." I'm like, "It's round 2. Like, what are we doing?"
No, you gotta go back and look up your opponents. I gotta know who this was.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm not doing this." He's like, "I came to play to have fun," and I was like, "You chose that to have fun? You didn't play to have fun."
Go back to your Arcanine, look at your rounds, tell me who you play. I gotta know who this guy is, man. I gotta know him.
I'll find
You gotta
it.
tell
I'll
me.
DM you guys. He said that he typically plays Lorcana or some other card game, but he was like, "Yeah, I just have a bunch of friends down here, so I figured I'd show up with this deck. It looks pretty easy to play and fun." And I'm like, that's not the epitome of fun. Like, I don't.
Hey, Mikey, who did you play day 2 in LA?
oh, I played you, buddy.
I seen that matchup.
I remember that. I remember. Yeah, like round 1, I forgot who I played. I played a Future Box deck when Future Box was hot, and like they just farmed me. And then like
hands.
Game 2, I see on my Arcanine and it says Nikki Middleton, and I'm like, hold on, because all day 1, he was coming to talk to, like, we were talking to each other after each round, and like, so I knew what he was playing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny that I matched up against Nikki.
I got farmed, bro.
He got fried. Like,
What were you playing, Nikki? What'd you play?
Playing Giratina Lost Box, bro.
Oh yeah.
He got absolutely fried.
Fried, bro. I couldn't even play the game. Like round 1, it was over like so fast, bro. Like
he told me you were playing, and he was like just roasting you. And he said your girl looked over and was like, "Did you get it?" You're like, put your head in, like, no.
I didn't. I didn't get him, man.
He said he looked over and she's like looking at you like, oh, he's doing it. You're like getting destroyed. And you get up like, "Did you get it?" No,
I didn't. No. Dude,
Mikey said he felt a little bad for him. He was like, anyway.
Yeah.
On to the next.
I guess I got the other side of that coin. I hit a guy playing Lost Box, and I had Lugia hands, man, and he just ran me over 2 games in a row. You know,
such a hard matchup, bro.
Yeah, and then I lost my winning in to a block lax player because I prized 2 Jet, and it was like, what do you do? Like, prizing 2 Jet and that match, like 1's fine. Prizing 2, so I won game 1. Game 2 I scooped. Because I prized 2, and then game 3 we weren't gonna conclude, and I was like, dude, one of my friends got a solid DQ, so he was waiting on me to leave the venue, and I was like, I'm just here to hang out. Like, you can have it. Like, I don't know. He needed points for Worlds, and I could care less,
Man, that's everybody's story, though. Everyone all of a sudden needs points for Worlds, and everyone's like, a day 2 away, and come on, man.
Yeah,
you believed him?
Know. He didn't make day 2. I looked it up. He didn't make day 2, so he lost the next round.
Tough, bro. Tough break, kid.
But I did God's work. You know what I mean? Like, I was a nice person.
You gave him the chance, bro, and he threw it away.
Yeah, I gave him the copium he needed to lose the next round. He probably hit another Lugia player, Like,
and they didn't prize any Jets. It's like, oh no.
Exactly. Well, and he even said, so game 1, like I said, I just Jet Energies. I run him over. Game 2, he's like, "You're not playing fast enough for us to finish your game 2." And I started laughing. I said, I'm playing within the 15 seconds per action. I could stretch it if you want me to. Like,
that's crazy.
Like, come on, man. Like, don't show up to a regional and like try to hard press me when I'm searching my deck to see what energies I have. Once I noticed there was 2 prizes, I'm like, all right, scoop it up, go next. Like, we're not winning this. Like, this is gonna be a tie, But yeah, no, LA was a good venue. I hate LA. I hate driving down there. It's just not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think a bunch of us are gonna, like I said, drive to Portland. Hopefully we see some of you guys there.
Sure. Definitely will.
As long as it doesn't cap, I should be in Portland. Everything's been capping lately.
Yeah, I don't know. West Coast events usually don't, though.
Never do.
Yeah,
they never do.
Yeah, so like for LA.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think it's the travel to get out here. I mean, Mikey, maybe you can attest this more because you travel a lot more than we do. But I think it's just like that whole day of travel from the East Coast to the West Coast. It's kind of brutal, dude.
Mm.
It's
Makes
most
sense.
it's most definitely the travel, and like compared to like the rest of the US, our like hotel prices and like Airbnb prices are definitely higher than the rest of the places. Like for example, I went to Wisconsin for like a Packers game. I'm a Packers fan, and the air.
Tough.
Yeah, I know, but the,
Your quarterback's from Bakersfield, by the way.
he is the goat. But the Airbnb for like 4 days was like $200 total, and it was like, wow, this is like pretty good. And then you come out here, like I got an Airbnb for LA. It was okay, mind you, it was on a boat, so like I thought it was sick, right? And I didn't care how much I spent. It was like it was like close to 400 for like the weekend, and it was like that's definitely a huge deterrent for a lot of players.
For sure.
Don't ask me where I stay, huh, Nikki?
Tough, bro. This guy's
Bougie?
bro,
I'm
too bougie.
Dude. I'm picky. If I'm
See,
not
and
staying in an Airbnb, I'm staying in a Hilton property.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. It's like it's easier for West Coast to travel to East Coast because it's cheaper. But like when East Coast travels to West Coast, it's like, man, this is tough. Like I got to spend extra money to do the same thing I would do on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I think the venues here are, quote me if I'm wrong, but I think the venues on the West Coast are a lot bigger than some of the ones on the East Coast.
Maybe.
Definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe. I don't
I
know.
would say like this venue, like both years I went, it just felt kind of small, you know.
All right, besides
Like,
Sacramento.
like, it felt cramped, right?
Yeah, Sacramento was a little small, but I do agree. Like LA's pretty big.
Yeah.
The Anaheim Convention Center where Worlds is going to be, that's pretty big. The San Francisco one, that's pretty big, right?
San Diego was pretty big, I think, if I could recall.
Yeah.
San Diego was pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because we already have the population out here. Like we hold normal events there all the
That's
time.
true too. That's so true.
So I
That's-
think
yeah.
that's just kind of the nature of it. I think that helps that it doesn't fill up as fast. But
I think you're right. When most of these places are going to build, let's say, hey, let's build a event center. You already have to keep in mind, okay, this is probably going to draw in X amount of people. So they build it on the bigger end anyway. So I think you're right.
right, yeah, I don't know. I mean, but yeah, we're gonna hit up Portland. Maybe we'll do a little team collab and see what y'all are playing, and we'll run some games and kind of
I'll
come
be
up
down.
as a West Coast front. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure we're going to be vlogging the event, so maybe some like midday interviews might come.
Ooh.
Cameos.
Some cameos. Yeah, Giovanni's on the social media stuff. You need to.
I'm trying, man.
This guy, he puts them out there. He had a vlog, a half vlog of a shop in Fresno, and I was like, dude, you make a whole video out of this thing, yeah. So
Could be like it could have been like Bird Dog's like commercial. You know what I mean?
Relax, all right.
Man. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Portland. I think it'll be fun. Mikey, are you traveling anything before then? Are you hitting Atlanta?
Yeah, so I'm hitting Atlanta, Monterrey, Mexico, and then Portland.
So
Are you gonna-
the question
The
is,
dream.
Day two early bell out, or are you staying for the full event?
For Portland?
Yeah, I gotta go to work on Monday at
Yeah.
6 in the morning.
Oh,
I
come
don't
on,
think.
bro. Be real, bro. It's Portland. It's like max travel time we have is like 3-hour flight. Like it's definitely lax. Like I could leave Monday morning and still make it to work.
Dude, you need to ask your boss for more PTO, dude.
No, here's the crazy part. He has PTO.
I do have PTO.
What are we doing?
So okay, so
He doesn't want to win an event, bro. It's too
no. Here's the breakdown. So I took 2 Fridays off in a row for Mexico and Puerto Rico, and I used PTO. Like I have a bunch of PTO built up, and I used it. And then I came back, and like a week later, I wanted to prep this for NEIC, so I put in my request for NEIC in June. I put the request in like early March. So I'm like, cool, you got 3 months to figure out who's gonna work for me for that one day. And then
Right.
he's like, and then my boss calls me and he's like, this is getting pretty old. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You should have said, yeah, working here is getting pretty old, bro.
So now Mikey is like completely spooked of using any of his PTO. So he's trying to figure out a way how to get to a regional, Friday night, or how to get land Saturday morning with like 30 minutes to get to the venue, and how to leave and be home by Sunday night / early Monday morning so you can go to work.
And the crazy part about it is every single event except Milwaukee, it's working. Like my plans work perfectly.
But buddy, it's not working. What happens if you like start day 2 3-0 and you just I'm out?
No, if it's day 2 3-0, it's a little different. Yeah.
And you've been playing pretty well, bro. Under the amount of stress given, like you've been playing pretty well. Imagine cut the stress out, bro.
It's a little upsetting too, because like when at prior regionals, when I have given myself ample enough time to play in day 2, I just bomb day 1. Like I can't make a day 2. But then when I put myself in this pressure where like I can only play half of day 2 and then I have to fly out, I just get like the best run ever. Like.
Yeah, it's so toxic, bro.
So funny.
He's day 2 of his last 3 regionals, and they've all been like on time crunches. Like when we got top 32, I think you like just ran up, grabbed your box, and just had to bolt to the airport, didn't you?
Oh, it was such a stress. So my flight, I had to be at the airport by like 2:30 because my flight leaves at like 4. And I've never been out of the country before. It's my first time. I don't know how immigration works when you go back to your country. So I'm like, I want to give myself ample enough time to leave. So I finished our last round before cut, and I'm checking on PokeStats to see what my or Pokedata to see what my standing is, and I see that I got top 32, and it says 30th. So I'm like, okay, so I have to figure out when they're pricing it out. It's like 1:30 right now, and I'm like stressing because there's still half an hour left in time, and like plus the 3 turns, and they still haven't started pricing things out. So I'm like, bro, I'm fried. So we go to the line when they announce that they're giving out prizing, because I get like 2 boxes, and the line is, I'm not kidding you, has to be like a football field and a half. Like it's dead long. Yeah. Like it's wrapping around the convention center, and I'm like,
not moving, huh?
They're not even pricing out. The crazy part about it was they're cracking cases of boxes, and they're taking them out of the cardboard box and stacking them. Like they're designing the prize wall. Oh, and I'm like, dude, why can't you just crack the case and just hand it out? Like I don't. Anyway, so it gets to the point where I'm with Dre, and Dre's like, bro, just go ask like the Hive people if you could just like cut in front of the line because your flight's about to leave. You can just get your boxes or whatever. They just tell me, we can't do anything officially, so if you just want to ask people in the line, then that's fine. Then I'm like, okay. So then we go back to the line, and the line is magically just like gone, and I'm like, what? They're not even pricing out. What is this? So anyway, I get to in front of the line, and it's 2:00, or it's like 2:25, and they're barely handing out prizing. And Dre's like, hey bro, I gotta go, so I'll see you. And mind you, we're on the same freaking flight. So I was like,
no way.
I'm like, bro, what? I don't know what to do. So he dips because the Uber was there, and Cal Connor, another pro player that's friends with Dre, I stayed with him in Merida, so he's watching me get my prizing, and he's like, bro, if they don't start prizing out in like the next minute, I would just dip, just like F the boxes, just dip. And I'm like, bro, they're like 200 a piece market. There's no way I'm dipping on these boxes. There's no way. And I get to the point where like it's like 240, and I'm about to get my boxes, and I'm like, dude, I have to sprint, order my Uber right now. I have to do all this stuff. And I go up, and the dude asks me, hey, what's your placing? And I'm like, 30th. I'm 30th. And then he looks on the list. I'm not 30th. And I'm like, Lord. Wait, did I bubble out? I'm like, what happened? Because Pokedata told me I was 30th. And then I look at the list, and I'm like, oh, I'm 31st. I'm 31st. I'm 31st. I'm right here. Look, here's my ID. Look, I'm 31st. And then he's just like, okay, here's your boxes. And I just sprint out the venue. Like, I look crazy. I look like I just stole something. But anyways, immigration was a breeze. It took maybe 20 minutes max to get through TSA immigration. So I was stressing for nothing. Wow. But look,
here's the funny part. The last round, if he wins that game, he goes to asymmetrical cut. So he could have been top 16 even. He would have to just leave, just shake his opponent's hand like, hey, you got it, and just leave.
Yeah, literally.
No, I'm good.
You got to do something about that, Mikey.
I'm the polar opposite, dude. Like for Portland, I'm trying to convince people like, let's drive up Thursday We'll be there Friday morning. Like,
Bro, I'll be there.
Let's drive back Monday. You know what I mean?
We can sit in the venue all day, just Friday, just hanging out.
I'm leaving Thursday morning at like 5:36 in the morning, Thursday, and I'll be there for sure Thursday night.
I could never,
guaranteed.
Bro. I could never. The most extreme version of me coming back like to work Monday morning was I went to Puerto Rico, right, for the SPE. My flight lands in LAX at like midnight, and I have to drive back to Fresno, and I would get there at like 4 a.m. and then I work at like 6 in the morning. The problem was the flight from Atlanta, the connecting flight from Atlanta was delayed like 3 hours. So I'm like, I land in LAX at like 3 a.m. Then I drive back and it's 7 in the morning, and I just immediately have to get
straight
ready
to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
that makes me sick to my stomach,
grind. Bro. It was a grind.
Nah, dude, I'm good on
Now,
that.
gentlemen, would you have called your boss and say, "Hey, boss, my flight's been delayed. I may be a tad tardy to work"?
No, I
because
I
would have
tell
just
my
called
boss
out
that I'm not going to be there. There's a big difference.
Like, hey, bro, I'm not gonna be there. I just landed in LA at 3 in the morning.
Hey, bro, listen here.
No, it's not even that, dude. It's like, hey, bro, you remember 3 months ago? I'm taking this whole weekend off. Don't even call me until Tuesday. If I don't show up Tuesday, then you can call me. But until then, I don't exist.
Michael, as you get older, you'll start to learn that they are correct. This is actually how things should be handled. You'll learn when you get older.
You know, they might be correct, but you know, I just got pure love for the game and pure
He
love
must have a crazy 401k, bro. It's got to be like matching like 15%, bro, to be showing up on a Monday morning after
no hours of sleep.
Hey, healthcare is real, bro. Free healthcare is real.
No, Mikey, listen,
real.
I have that too. Let me tell you, my friend, there's places out there that you still can take Monday off.
Please preach. Tell him.
Yeah, y'all might be right, but
we told him. I said, Mikey,
I sell solar, bro.
This is the only job you ever had, man.
Yeah, Giovanni sells solar. He's his own boss. He works like
that's pretty sick.
He works like a month, takes like 2 off. Works a month, takes 2 off.
Pretty much.
He's gonna become a pro player just because of the amount of time he can put in the game. You know.
I hope so. Shit.
It definitely gives me a lot of like lore stories to tell people though. Like,
no, for sure, they're definitely funny.
So I do definitely think that the struggle's worth.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You guys are just different grind than I'm on. I'm on a different life path, I guess. But I got.
You also have kids too.
Yeah, I have kids and stuff too. So that makes it a little trickier. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll run through the airport next to you, Mikey. You know, trying to catch a flight back. But I really doubt it. You know, I really doubt it. So. But, well, guys, I appreciate you guys. We'll close this thing up. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for joining again. By all means, plug any sponsors, any socials, anything you want. This is your time. Mikey will let you go first, and then we'll pass it to Gazer.
All right, sweet. Shout out all my Fresno local people. Y'all are the GOATs. I wouldn't be where I am without y'all testing with me, going to league every single day of the week. If you can find me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is Mikey_to_the_moon_. And shout out Birddog TCG, the best store in Fresno for any of your TCG card needs and any of your sleeves, any kind of accessories. We got them all. And make sure to check out the Birddog membership, 10% off on everything in the store, and you get all your Pokemon product at MSRP. So definitely check it out. And I'll kick it to Gazerbeam2k for his part of the podcast.
Birddog's the best store in Fresno. I think there's about 10 other stores that want to have a word with you right now, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'll second Mikey. I think Birddog hosts some pretty solid cups.
Yeah.
Bro,
Nikki, you've just been banned from 4 other shops in Fresno now.
Hey, for the record, we're the only store in Fresno ever to have a cookout for a cup. I'm sorry.
Voted, bro.
The only one you could get free burgers.
That's
free
true.
burgers.
Nikki and I ID'd going into Top Cut. ID'd and went and ate burgers for free.
Come on, bro. Like
insane.
Come on. The vibes are immaculate. They had a tournament at like 1:30 for like Dragon Ball. Had those people playing outside of the store because we packed it out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No, yeah. Birddog
Stores
awesome,
goated.
for sure.
Stores goated. They definitely rig the duck races. 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do have to have a word with Carlos about those duck races.
Hey, I will
Now,
say
Bird Dog is
that-
a great shop, man. One of Fresno's better shops, but not as great as Darkside Games Las Vegas. About it, man. To my sponsor out there, Darkside Games. Josh, Hatter are my teammates, man. Shout out to you guys. And shout out to all the Fresno peeps. I love it here. Wouldn't be where I am either without you guys. I'm not even where I want to be yet, but I wouldn't even be, making those climbs without you guys. And then you guys out there in Bakersfield too. Iron sharpens iron. You guys made me a better player as well. I hate playing you, Nikki. I really hate playing you, but
I think you're
it's
up
made me better.
3-0, but it's fine, bro. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, no, you remember when I had Bennett and I don't know what I was doing out there, and you're just like, oh, I got game Gazer, sorry. I hate playing you, but it made me a better player. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you for having us on the pod. But yeah, I'm on Twitter, Gazerbeam2k, same name as everywhere. Twitter, Twitch. I'm getting back into streaming. Trying to get some things into work with Darkside and some of the other sponsors and stuff like that. I'm trying to be like you guys with that FCBC going on, man. I love those sleeves.
Dude, great, right? Look at this. He's flexing already. No,
love
yeah,
those sleeves.
for sure. I mean, great sleeves, dude. Like,
Sleeves.
I know there's a couple people that say they don't the corner's doggy or whatever. I've never had these issues.
I haven't had any problems.
So anyone that has gotten free FCBCs and they're just sitting in a box somewhere, send them my way. They will get used. Listen, best sleeves on the market. Definitely shout out FCBC. Again, guys, thank you. You guys are welcome here anytime. You guys are like family. You're 2 hours away. You're like our distant cousins. We love you guys.
That's fine. Thank you for helping me with my tire at that cup that one time too.
Hey, listen, whatever it takes, man. You obviously you had other things to worry about in there. So we handled the tire. You won the cup. You came out. Your car was good to go. So, but no, for real, you guys are welcome on anytime. Just shout out, and we'll put you back on. We appreciate it, and hopefully we run into you guys soon. For the rest of us,
I hope not.
Please
stay away from Fresno. Please.
No, we'll be there. We'll definitely be there. But for the rest of us, follow us on Twitter. I'll drop the team page down below. I'm gonna try to get everyone linked in the team bio on like a pinned post. So that should be coming soon.
And we'll definitely drop Gazer and Mikey's at in the description below, so you guys can go see.
Yeah. Please follow them.
Appreciate it.
Troll Gazer like the rest of us do. But again,
what's up with that? I've been seeing everybody trolling Gazer. 'Cause I'm new to Twitter, so
Giovanni, I don't get it, man. I don't know what it is either. It just happens. It's just a thing.
Flame you, bro. Like
kind of just became the Pokemon punching bag, like
for sure.
Crazy.
Like, and it definitely expands outside of the Central Valley too. Like Twitter has caught a flame to this.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Yeah, but hey.
That's love, though, right?
Clout, good or bad, is clout, right?
All love.
So
true.
It doesn't matter. It's just more word of mouth, more viral you're gonna go, Gazer. So soak it all in,
Exactly.
So no, but for real, again, thank you guys. We'll definitely have to do this again. We'll see you guys at a cup soon. But until then, I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.